Okay, students, you're in for a treat, I hope. I'm going to show you how to fill in a polygon. Doesn't matter whether it's a square or a hexagon, we're going to make the sprite doing a lot of work. Boy, this sprite is going to work for us. Okay, so we've got here a square tessellation, right, that does its thing. But I'm going to show you how you fill in the square. And then, since it's real easy to change color, right, and we can set the pen color to a random number from 1 to 200, then each time it does that, once we know how to fill in, we're going to get a colorful tessellation where each color tessellation, each color square is going to be solid. That's our goal. We're hopefully going to get this filled in. Okay? Now, in order to do this, we've got to just learn how to fill in one square. So I'm just going to be in direct mode, not going to use the green flag, and I'm going to go clear. And I've got the code right here for drawing one square. But what I'm going to do is modify it. Let me see if I can get some of these things out of your way so we can focus right on this part of the code. Instead of moving 20 steps, we're going to repeat 20 times, move one step. Right? This seems useless, but I promise you it leads to success. So we're going to say repeat 20, and now we're going to move one step. Okay, now you can say, what's he thinking about? Right? But moving one step 20 times is the same as moving 20 steps. So I hope you would grant me that I could take out the move 20 and take that out and replace it with this. And I'm going to turn 90 after I do that, and I have myself a square. Test it out. Whoa, do you see how slow it was? See that? Boy, was that slow. You know why? Because repeat 20 one time, right, is a lot slower. Look at that. That's amazing. Watch it one more time. Repeat. I'll make that larger for your eyes. Right, move this over. Right, and I will repeat. Watch it. It draws a square, and the square is there, but boy, that was slow. Okay, well, it's going to even get slower, because here's the key idea. You see that move one? Every time we move one, we're going to tell the cat, just move one, turn 90 degrees. That means it's facing the inside of the square. Go forward 10 and back 10, and then turn left. In other words, I'm about to put 4 commands after the move. Okay, now you got to take your time understanding this, right? I'm explaining as best as I can, but it's not easy. After the move one step, I'm going to put 4 commands. What 4 commands? First, I'm going to say turn 90 degrees. So now it's facing the inside of the square after it moved one step. And then I'm going to go forward 10 and back 10. Why forward 10 and back 10? Well, there's my move 10 and there's my back 10, because it's going into the center of the square and then back. Walking into the center and then back. And then I do the opposite of turn 90 in that direction. I turn 90 in that direction. And now I've got the code, the program, the algorithm for a filled in square. Repeat 4 times and then go a funky 20 steps. Move just one step and then draw a line to the right. Watch how cool it is. Here we go. I'll put this down over here, right? And I will make it do that. It's going to be slow, but when it's all done, we have a solid green square. Solid green. And I'm going to now look in my tessellation for where I said move 20 steps, and I'm going to replace the move 20 steps with this repeat 20 code. Okay, so this code right there, that's going to replace move 20. Whoops, I have to do that with the repeat. Okay, let me make sure I'm not making a mistake, and you can check my work. This is the work right here that I'm moving up and down that's going to replace move 20. Instead of move 20, it's going to repeat 20 times, move 1, and draw a funky line to the right and coming back. So I'm going to pick up that move 20, take it out, put it back here, and now make this big, and let me admire the work. There's the cat. It did purple, it did red, and now we're going to go ahead and try the same thing with hexagons. We have a tessellation happening here that's going to be solid squares. It might not work in 33 minutes because it's slower. It might take 60 minutes. But the cat's doing a lot of work. A lot of work in drawing those solid squares. All right? That's the Super Varsity Challenge. Good luck. I'm going to stop this, show you what it's done, and it would finish. And now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go make a quick jump over to my hexagons and watch it happen again. Okay, even if you didn't do the hexagon one, right, this will be helpful to you. This hexagon one, right, draws colorful hexagons tessellating, but now I want them to be filled in. So I find the key code that moves 20 steps. You see that move 20 steps right there? And I'm going to take the move 20 and I'm going to replace the move 20 with repeat 20, going forward just one, moving just one. That's going to be replacing. But now I do that extra thing where after I do one step, I pause, I turn to the right, 90 degrees, I go forward a certain amount. Now it's a little harder to calculate the amount to go with a hexagon because you got to get to the center of the hexagon, and that's a little bit trickier in terms of the math. So I may have to do some guessing there, right? If the hexagon was 20 steps for each one, right, then I am going to guess 15. I'm going to guess move 15 and then move minus 15. If I botch it, I will fix it and we'll just call it trial and error. Move 15 to the center, move minus 15 back, and then turn 90 degrees. It's the same code that we used for the square. This is the code that's replacing move 20. Okay, so let me take this out. Let me put move 20 on the top. Put this in here. Okay, and obviously if you want, write this. I'll pause the video. You can pause the video, right? But let's go ahead and give it a try. I've got bugs. Yuck. What did I do wrong? 90, 15, minus 15. What did I do wrong? I moved 20 steps. Oh, I didn't take the move 20 out. I forgot to take the move 20 out. So I was moving 20 and then moving another 20. Repeat 20, move one step. It's doing a random thing. Help me, somebody. Repeat 20 times. Oh, I didn't do the turning. I totally messed up the logic, right, from the original one. The original one was move 20 and turn 60, and I took that one out. Yikes, I have a bug. But now I've got it all fixed up. There's the first hexagon, it's green. There's the second hexagon, it's red, solid red. It's tessellating, filled in hexagons. That one's turquoise. What's the essence of the code? Repeat a random time from 6 to 12. That's your hexagon. Repeat 20. All this code there, the repeat 20 code, is the replacement of move 20, and I wasn't careful enough when doing that. And then turn 60, and at the end of that, it turns 60, which is the magic number for doing the next hexagon. All right? So I could redo this video, but I think it's probably good for you to see the bug that I made that for about 30 seconds I could not figure out. I'm sure it happens to you, but it's eminently satisfying when you figure it out. All right? Here is the code. I will magnify one more level. You can take a look at that. You can duplicate that, and let's see if you can make this work. And you'll be so happy, I believe I am, to watch this little diagram grow into a beautiful color, filling the entire screen with these tessellations. And I can actually see the dot in the middle of many of them, and that means that I did not go sufficient number of steps. Instead of going move 15 and move minus 15, this should be move 17 and move minus 17. Now, totally messed up. I'll have to start from scratch. But now I'll have covered that little dot that was hanging out in the middle of the hexagon. All right? Love programming. This is real cool. I am amazed at how well so many of you are doing. Keep it up, and let's see if you can make this filled in super varsity thing. I think some of you can do it. Bye, everybody. Mr. Bergen signing off.